Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the English class. Let's begin with our activities for today. In the name of the Father, of the Son, Holy Spirit. Amen. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, deliver us from evil. Amen. Son, spirits. Amen. Atención acá. El Student's Book ya ha sido terminado. ¿Es conforme? El Student's Book ya hemos terminado la unidad 5. Lo que corresponde ahora trabajar es el workbook. Atentos, atentos al workbook de la unidad number 5. ¿Ok? Abran su workbook para poder coordinar y trabajar bonito. Ok. Abran su workbook. Page number 40. La página 40. Bien, bien. Gretel, ¿la 40 y 41 están en blanco o ya habíamos avanzado?
No, profesora, ayer la 40 y la 41 lo avanzamos.
Ok, la 40 y 41 ya está hecha. Hoy debes de avanzar la 42 y la 43. ¿Ok? La 42 y la 43. Lo vamos a hacer juntos, ¿te parece? Y ya luego te dejo tareita. ¿Sí? Ok. Listen. Activity number 1. Relaciona las imágenes con las oraciones. Ok. Letter A. ¿Cuál sería la imagen que representa a la luz? ¿Algún voluntario? ¿Algún voluntario? ¿Cuál sería la imagen que representa a la letter A? Uy, chicos,
D.
nadie responde. What? No, hijo, no.
Profesor,
La letter A. ¿Cuál sería la letter A? Me refiero a la oración.
la última, profesor.
Yeah. ¿Qué? Letter B.
La tercera.
Okay. Letter C.
La cuarta.
Yeah. And letter D.
La primera.
And the last one, letter E. Ok, ok. Vamos a leer entonces de qué se trata el orden de estas oraciones. Gretel, ¿me ayudas con la lectura? A, B, C, D, N, E, en ese orden.
Ok, profesor. A. Tim and Ingrid were going home. Their car stopped for no reason. B. Berna was working on her laptop. Susie was sleeping with her hat on frankly. C. It was raining. The Smiths arrived home after vacation. D. Carol was waiting in the car. Her mom was pulling some bread. E. My grandpa was reading. He found a photo of when he was a soccer player.
Ok, good. Un voluntario, solo uno para que haga lectura. Levanta la mano. Alesia, please. A, B, C, D, and E.
Okay. Hey, Tim and Ingrid were going home. Their car stopped for no reason. B. Frank was working on her laptop. Susie was sleeping with her dad on Frank's lap. C. It was raining. The Smiths arrived home after vacation. D. Carol was waiting in the car. Her mom was buying some bread. E. My grandpa was reading. He found a photo of when there was a soccer player.
Buenos días, profesor. Profesor, es tarde porque fue mi internet.
Ok, hijo, no hay problema. Solo me lo escribes en el chat para no podernos interrumpir. Ya, hijo, me lo escribes en el chat. Yo comprendo. ¿Sí? Ok. Listen. Activity number 2. Complete the sentences using while or when. ¿Qué significan estas dos palabras? While, que se pronuncia while, significa mientras. ¿Ok? Mientras. Y la palabra when, que se pronuncia when, significa cuando. ¿Ok? Vamos a completar entonces. Ustedes responden me dan la respuesta. A. Carol was waiting in the car
Why?
while her mom was buying some bread. My grandpa was reading when he found a photo when he was a soccer player. C. Frank was working on her laptop
Why?
while Susie was sleeping with her head on Frank's leg. Letter D. It was raining when the Smiths arrived home after vacation. Letter E. Tim and Ingrid were going home.
When?
Ya me di cuenta, ya me di cuenta. Uso while cuando los dos verbos están en ing. ¿Sí o no? Yeah. Y uso when cuando está combinado el pasado simple con el ing. ¿Entendemos, chicos y chicas?
Sí, profesor.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Number 3. Look at the pictures and complete with the verbs in parentheses. Any volunteer? Last night, Sherry was playing when the phone rang. Letter B. This morning, we were listening to the teacher while she was explaining the lesson. Chicos, no están haciendo nada. Yo les estoy dando toda la respuesta. Creo que mejor les voy a dejar de tarea y me van a mandar fotos. Sí, eso voy a hacer. Eso voy a hacer porque solo estás copiando. No estás participando. No me estás dando respuestas. Letter C. Yesterday, they was es para he, she, it. We're studying for the exam when, Sophie? When Sophie writes. Letter D, last class, some
Was
surfing the web while Kelly wrote some ideas. A ver, vamos a ver si está en la clase atento. Marco Soto, lee las 4 oraciones.
Sí, profesor. Sí, profesor. Last night, Cheryl was playing when the phone rang. B. This morning we were listening. The teacher will she was explained to listen. Just see. Yesterday they were studying for the exam when Sophie. Are you? The last class Sam was surfing the web with Kelly Brook.
Alessandro,
Okay, teacher. Last night, Charlotte was playing when the phone rang. This morning, we were listening to the teacher while was explaining the lesson. Yesterday, they were arrived last class, Sam was surfing the web while Kelly wrote some ideas.
Alicia,
Profesor, ¿me escucha?
yes.
Okay. Last night, Cheryl was playing when the phone rang. This morning, we were listening to the teacher when she was explaining the lesson. Yesterday, they were studying for the exam when Sophie arrived. Last class, Sam was surfing the web while Kelly brought some ideas.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's continue. Continuemos. Okay. Continuemos. Next page. Page 44. Página 44. Okay. Let's continue. Let's complete with the journal. Con el género de cada una de estas lecturas. For example, The Call of the Wild.
Adventure.
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 Yeah. It's adventure. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Fantasy.
Yeah, fancy. And the world of
Science fiction.
Science fiction.
science fiction. Okay, that's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Oh, come on. Completemos con estos 3 títulos. The Call of the Wild, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and The War of the Worlds. A ver, ¿quién se atreve? Alessandro, lee el primer texto para descubrir de qué se trata.
Teacher,
Lee el primer texto para adivinar de quién se trata este primer texto.
profesor, el primero es de Charlie Chocolate Factory.
Ya, pero tienes que leerlo. Lee todo el texto para poder entenderlo mejor, Alessandro.
Okay, teacher. Writing we wrote down. Charlie Buckets come from a poor family. He looks shine when he finds one of 5 golden tickets in a chocolate bar and win a trip to Willy Wonka Chocolate Factory. While on the tour, the other 4 children lost and Charlie wins the nice prize. The factory. Charlie and his family become the owners of the factory and live happily ever after.
Thank you. Gretel, the second one. La segunda lectura, Gretel.
Okay, teacher. Written by H.G. Wells. Suddenly, Martians decide to attack England. Giants clears crash into air and oof scary creatures are met with head raised and fixing machines are everywhere. They cause destruction and it looks like his is the end of our world.
Thank you. Thank you. ¿Alguien más? Alessia?
Written by Jack London. Book is a domestic dog that lives on a ranch in California. After thieves steal him and sell him to work as dead dog in the snow. Book cannot in his instinct to survival. The cold climates and triumphs over the other dog.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. A ver, ¿quién me falta que lea por ahí? Matías Mota, lee el primero. Pablo Quispe, lee el segundo. Fabiana Morán, lee el tercero.
Written by Roald Dahl. Charlie Bucket comes from a poor family. His luck changes when he finds one of 5 golden tickets in a chocolate bar and wins a trip to Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. Will orders the other 4 children lose and Charlie wins the main prize, the factory. Charlie and his family become the owners of the factory and live happily ever after.
The War of the Worlds. Suddenly, Martians decided to attack England. Giant cylinders crash into Earth, and scary creatures armed with hair rays and finite machines are everywhere. They they cause destruction, and it looks like this is the end of our world.
Written by Jake London. Book is a domestic dog that lives on a ranch in California. After thieves steal him and sell him to work book as a sleep dog in the snow. Book connects with his instinct to survive the cold climate and triumph over the other dog.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Let's continue. Let's continue. Activity number 3. Okay. Read and decide which book. Okay. We read and decide which book each kid is talking about. Ok. Vamos a descubrir de cuál de estos 3 libros, porque estamos trabajando en 3 libros, ¿no? Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, The Call of the Wild, and The World of the Worlds. Ok. Vamos a descubrir de quién están hablando ellos. Alessia, te escucho leer los 3 textos de Verónica, The Oven, and The Warren.
Do you like animals? Then this book is definitely for you. I loved it very much. I could stop reading it. I really want the main character to escape and return home to his family after so many troubles. I'm not really a fan of these kinds of books. However, I think it's interesting that the author wrote the book before humans learned to fly, which makes imagination ever closer. Can you imagine having the chance of eating all the chocolate in the world? Well, there is a book about it and you should read it. There is even a movie based on it. But suggest you read the book before watching the movie.
Thank you. Gretel?
Do you like animals? Then this book is definitely for you. I love it very much. I couldn't stop reading it. I really wanted the main character to escape and return home to his family after so many troubles. I'm not really a fan of this kind of books. However, I think it is interesting that, that the author wrote the books before humans learned to fly, which makes his imaginations ever crazier. Can you imagine having the, the chance of eating all the chocolate in the world? Well, there is a book about it and you should read it. There is even a movie based on it. But I suggest you read the book before watching the movie.
Ok. Vamos a responder. Tiago, responde a la letra A. Verónica is talking about. ¿De qué libro está hablando Verónica, Tiago? Tiago no responde. Matías Mota, ¿de quién está hablando Verónica?
The Call of the Wild.
The Call of the Wild. The Call of the Wild. Okay, it's okay, thank you. Ian, letter B. Oven is talking about.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
¿Estás seguro? No se vale adivinar.
The War of the World.
The World of the World. Of the Worlds. Y por lógica, la última sería Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. And the Chocolate Factory. Ok, seguimos con la lectura. Seguimos con la lectura. Tiago, ¿no estás en clase, Tiago?
Profe, ¿me escucha?
Sí, te estoy llamando, Tiago.
Hola, profesor. ¿Qué pasó?
Sí, tienes que leer el texto, hijo, del texto de Verónica, de Owen y de Warren.
Do you look animals? Read this book in the family for you. I love it very much and can't stop reading it. I really wanted the main character to escape and return home to his family after some many trouble. Owen, am I not really a fan of its of books? Homework in the interesting that the author wrote the book before Ahmad's training to fly, which makes his major aim crazy. Warren, can you imagine? Can you imagine having the shame of fighting all the children in the world? Well, well, there is book about an ancient read it. There is even a my best on earth. But I suggest you read the book before watching the movie.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Gutarate, ¿estás allí, Gutarate? No contesta.
Profesor,
Ok, te escucho, Gutarate.
todo, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Do you like animals? Then this book is definitely for you. I love it very much. I couldn't stop reading it. I really want the main character to escape and return home to his family after so many troubles. Owen, I am not really a fan of these kids of books. However, I think it interesting that the author wrote the book before humans learning to fly, which meets his imagination if raised. Warren, can you imagine having the chance of eating all the chocolate in the world? Well, there is a book about in that you should read in. There I went move basement on in, but I should you read the book before watching the movie.
Ok, thank you. Thank you. Y la última parte. Relacionemos con las palabras because, sí sabemos qué significa because. Because significa por qué, para dar razón. But, pero. A ver, ¿cómo sería este texto completo?
Be-
I'm not a big fan of science fiction, but I think it's great how.
Yeah, good, good, good. A ver. Alessandro, ayúdame con la lectura, por favor, correctamente de ABC para terminar.
Okay, teacher. Hey, Veronica, I could stop reading it because I love story about nature and animals. B. Owen, I prefer to read a book before watching the movie because I think it's great how the author used his imagination. C. Warren, I'm not a big fan of science fiction, but I think great the author used his imagination.
Ok, no habías leído mal, correcto. ¿Alguien más? Tiene que guiarse del color de las flechitas, ¿ya? Del color de las flechitas. Gretel, para terminar con Gretel.
Veronica, I could stop reading it because I love stories about nature and animals. B. Owen, I prefer to read a book before watching the movie because I like to use my imagination while I'm reading. Warren, I'm not a big fan of science fiction, but I think it's great how he author used his imagination.
Yeah, good, 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 and good. Uno más, si me da el tiempo, uno más. Alesia,
A. Veronica, I could stop reading it. I love story about nature and animals. B. Owen, I prefer to read a book before watching the movie. I like book because I like to use my imagination when I read it. C. While I'm not a big fan of science fiction, but I think I like how the author used his imagination.
Yeah. Uno más. Hay algunos que nunca levantan la mano. Tengo que llamarlos para que participen. A ver, uno más. Uno más, uno más, uno más. Ah, ok, bien. Allí nos vamos a quedar, pero préstame atención, tarea. El día lunes me vas a tener que mandar foto, ¿ok? Ya que algunos se demoran. 46, 47 y 48, 46, 47 y 48 lo haces tú solito para el día lunes. 46.
Profe, ¿se lo mandamos a su WhatsApp o se lo presentamos el lunes?
No, el día lunes me muestras el libro en clase.
Ok, profesor.
46, 47 y 48. Bien, nos vemos, chicos, cuídense.
Nos vemos, profesor.
Comenzamos con talent show el día lunes. Comenzamos con talent.
Ok, profesor.
Bye.